Hello everyone, this is Martin here again, and I'm going to produce another video showcasing the trading opportunities for this upcoming week, May the 25th to the 29th. We have a fantastic, beautiful day outside today, and I wanted to do this before the Sunday Open, before the markets open at 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, just because I want to get away in about an hour, and I'm going to take a little country drive, and I've got some people to visit. So again, I'm going to take advantage of this beautiful sunshine, and that's why I want to do this video now, and hopefully you'll get this a little bit later on today and make some use out of it. So let's start right away and let's see what we've got. Okay, hold on. Okay, last week was kind of a crazy week. I had expected retracements and pullbacks. However, I didn't expect the huge pullbacks we did have. So they did retrace or pull back. When I say they, I'm talking about most of the major currency pairs. They retraced back to a much greater level than I had expected. But anyways, it is a retracement or a pullback, whatever you want to call it. They did all retrace with huge momentum, and now the big question is, are we headed towards reversals for some of these major currency pairs, or are we going to now bounce off the respective support and resistance areas and continue with the major trend that was previous to the retracement? So that's the big question for this week. It may take 1 or 2 days all to pan out, but let's start here with the Euro USD daily chart. Again, last week I did say that that price would retrace first, and it did retrace a little bit further than I thought, but price did retrace, and I said that price would most likely go higher. Here we have a much bigger pullback all the way down to this level, which is shown by the gray rectangle. So this is support, everyone. And price is either going to bounce off support and continue higher. So price is either going to go this way, or price is going to break below the 1.0970, 79.80 area, and price is going to go that way. So again, the important thing is to really wait and see. I would not place any trades right now. I'm just trying to just a second. So basically I'm just waiting, and my recommendation is to wait until we have either bullish evidence to the upside by way of a pin bar candle, bullish pin bar, or an engulfing candle, or wait for a break below the 109.70, 110 area, and it has to be a break with conviction or a close below the 50. You see the 50 right here, okay? And if we have a close below the 50, then price may indeed reverse back down to the previous lows over here. So again, it's a wait and see situation. I'm saying we may still be in an uptrend, but the uptrend may be exhausted. We have to wait to see if price breaks below or price bounces off the support and goes higher. Okay, so that is my recommendation. The MACD is still above 0, although it's declining below the trigger line here, the red dash line, and or we can call that the signal line. So it is declining, but it may still hold above the 0, and like I said, just bounce back up higher. Okay, so the next pair is the British Pound USD. Last week, crazy week, we had huge impulsive moves up and down. Again, I mentioned that price would retrace. Again, it went down a little bit further than I thought. Went down huge, went up huge again. So another impulsive move to the upside here with this white bearish candle, and then another huge momentum candle, black candle to the downside. So currently we're below the previous resistance, which is now support. We broke below that, and the important thing again is Are we still in an uptrend, or has the uptrend exhausted, and are we going to be heading down towards this area right here? So again, what we want to do is we want to wait and see, does price come down a little bit lower? It may come down lower and then bounce right back up, or price may break the 154.40, 154.50 area, and price may then drop all the way down to this area. So again, it's a wait and see situation. I would not do anything for at least a day or so, and that's why I've mentioned that right here. So again, uptrend, is it? Are we close to exhaustion or not? Not too sure. The MACD is still above zero, well above the zero, but again, there's still room for it to come down a little bit further first before we can find any confirmation to either the upside or break to the downside. Next pair is the Australian USD, and with this pair, we did have a above the trend line. I've kept that in. Price was actually consolidating, remember, between the up and down trend lines, between the triangle here, and I said something big was going to happen, and price actually did break out to the upside in a huge way, right up to the 81.25 area, and then price went all the way back down in a huge impulsive retracement or pullback all the way down to this gray rectangle, which is now support. So this begs the question, does price continue coming back lower, going back lower to retrace previous lows? If that's the case, price may be actually reversing or close to reversing. Or does price bounce off this this area, which is actually you can see the confluence of the 50 SMA. This is the 100. I've drawn the 100 in with the dark brown here. So the 100 is coming together with the 50 along with this gray rectangle, which I previously drew in. I believe price may still come down just a wee bit, and then let me just show you again. Price may come down just a wee bit and then bounce back higher to at least this area, or price may break the low of this this gray rectangle and just keep falling all the way down to here, here initially, this area right here, and then possibly even further down. So again, everything is a wait and see situation. The MACD is above zero. You can see that right here. We are still now we're still kind of going sideways. Because the upward momentum has been broken. We're way back down low again to where we started off a few weeks ago, and again, my recommendation is just to wait for either confirmation to the upside with bullish candle, pin bar candle. Maybe first wait for an inside candle, then a break to the upside after the inside candle, or just wait for a breakdown below this area right here, okay? And we're looking at a break below this 77.50 area. If it breaks below the 77.50 area right here, then price is going to go down lower. So again, just wait and see. Next pair is the New Zealand USD, and last week was kind of a wild, crazy week for the New Zealand USD. Price did break down again much lower last week. It went up really high, really up to the 75.60 area, and then came all the way back down again. So again, huge momentum swings up and down, up and down. Kind of a crazy pair. I mentioned last week that this was kind of a crazy pair to trade. We are now sitting at the support here. And are we in a downtrend or not? I've got question marks here. So not sure. Again, wait and see. We either want to wait for good momentum break or bounce off the support. But this time, I would not get into any trade until price either breaks above here or even higher. So either we're looking for a breakout above here, or a break below the 72.70 area You know, we want to make sure price closes below the 72.70 before we can wait for price to go lower. Okay, so this one's kind of a crazy pair. It's just going up and down. And my recommendation is just to wait. The MACD is below zero, so there's a good possibility the price will go down lower from this point on. Okay, next pair is the U.S. Swiss franc, and last week I said to wait for price to retrace and then sell. Price did actually retrace a little bit higher than I thought. We are now again sitting at resistance. If price breaks above the 0.9500 or 9520 area, price breaks above here, then price is going to go much higher. Okay, so let me just draw that in. So if price breaks above here, above the 50, and I drew in the 100, then price is going to go higher. Or the other thing to do is just wait for price to break completely down below this multiple support area. Here's one support, here's a second support. So it's kind of a double bottom. Usually after a double bottom, prices go higher, but again, we either want to sell at resistance, and if we want to sell at resistance, we're looking for price to go to at least the 9500, 9521 area. That this is resistance. So if price goes a bit higher, then possibly you can take a small sell trade, or just wait for a breakup below the 9100 area right here. Wait for that, and if that happens, then price will go lower. MACD is below zero, so again suggesting that price should come back down. We'll just have to wait and see. USCAD next is that's kind of reversing again from a low, and I mentioned last week that we want to wait for price to go up higher and then sell. Price has actually gone a little bit higher than I expected, all the way up to, see, this is the 50 with the orange, and I have drawn in the 100. So again, everything's converging here with the gray rectangle, which is resistance. So I'm kind of expecting price to go, let me just draw that in for you, waiting for price to go higher to perhaps the 124 100, 124.20 area, and then for price to come back down. So again, using that as resistance and an opportunity to sell. However, again, you have to wait and see whether price does go up high, and then you can determine whether you want to sell. Or again, if price breaks below this level here, the 119.50 area, then price is going to continue down much lower. So again, we're in the sideways pattern here. The big question is, will price go higher? In other words, is the U.S. currency still strong enough for it to propel it to go higher above the resistance? If it does, then it's going to come and at least come up to this area right here. So again, we will have to wait and see. And I think that's the major theme for all these pairs. It's a wait-and-see situation for at least a couple of days. Are the pairs very close to the resistance and support areas? And then will the major trends continue, or are we more of a reversal theme where prices are just going to keep going to what is in continuation to what has happened last week? Okay, and the final pair is the U.S. Japanese daily. The MACD is above zero. It actually went up quite a bit, and last week I mentioned that the U.S. Japanese pair was contained within this triangle, and I said something big was going to happen pretty soon, and it did. Last week it actually broke up to the upside out of this consolidation triangle and went all the way up to this previous resistance right here. And so the idea is, if price breaks higher, and price would have to break and close above the 12200, 12210 area, and I'm going to draw the chart, bring the chart down, then price most likely will go all the way up to the 12400, 12450. Okay, and that's only if price breaks above and closes above the 122.10. The reason I say it has to do that is because we don't want to get into a false breakout, which is basically here and then down again, right? So again, wait and see if it breaks up to the upside, and that's all that we can do for now. Or you can buy at a dip if price breaks down lower. Take care. We'll talk to you again soon. Bye bye.